Two things before we begin this video. You can see these marks on my face. These are because my dog was just trying to say good morning to me today. And if you are thinking I'm wearing too much makeup, that my face and my neck are two different entities, that is because I got a lot of tan. I'm not wearing that much of base makeup on my face. Hi guys, I'm Manpreet and I make book related videos on this channel. So if you like books, make sure you subscribe and follow me on my social media. Feels like I haven't made book related videos since a while, and that's true, but this is the beginning of the month and I always do my wrap up, that is the books I read last month in the beginning of the month. So this is what this video is about. I managed to read 3 complete books and 2 half books. So that's what I'm going to show you today with my reviews and with what I think about those books. Those are like really interesting popular books. So let's get started with this video. Book number 1 is something I finally finished reading, and that is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I'm pronouncing the name of the author correctly, just so you know. So this book, I tried to read it many times. The beginning was so slow, I couldn't read it. But when you reach the 3rd chapter of this book, you just want to keep reading. This is so interesting and there are so many plot twists and so many things that you do not expect to happen, and they happen. The book begins when the wife goes missing and husband is, obviously considered the culprit, and there are so many mysterious things happening around, like husband is getting weird calls and then husband is lying about the wife, and there are so many things, and the blurb of the book seems very interesting, and it is, like, I can say it now officially, it's one of the best thrillers you must read before you die, because this book is like crazy book, so you must read it. I gave it like 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think so. I think it deserves a 5. So yeah, that's what this book is. The second book that I finished reading in September is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Riordan. Now this is the second book in the Percy Jackson series. It's about a guy who is a demigod. Demigods are basically a son or daughter of a god and a human. So Percy is a demigod of Poseidon. Now he, as a demigod, attracts a lot of monsters, so that's why they every summer they go on a camp and then they have to go on different adventures, and this book is full of different adventures. Like, I had watched the movie and for a while I felt like I should not be reading this book because it's gonna be the same, but it is not. The book has a lot of more adventures than shown in the movie, and the book definitely gets more interesting. It's a middle grade book, so you cannot expect too much from it. I have just come to realize about that middle grade books. But as a middle grade book, it's a very interesting, very nice, adventurous book, so you must read it. I gave it like 3.5 out of 5 stars. So there is a pattern going on here. So these were the 2 books which I have been trying to read since a lot of time, and I finally finished reading these after like 3-4 months. Third book is also the one that matches that pattern, and it's The City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Mortal Instrument series. It's about a different world, which is a shadow hunter world, where there are people who shadow hunters are basically hunters, but their technicalities are different. Like, they put marks on their body to get different kind of powers and stuff. And then there are monsters like vampires, werewolves, fairies, demons, and everything is real in this book. So people actually love the Shadowhunter world a lot, but for me, I haven't been able to love it that much. Like, the first book was slow, the second book was also very medium paced book. It was very slow in the beginning, but it got better. But this book ends very interestingly, so I'm really excited to read the next book in the series, and I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. Just so you know, I have reviewed all of these books on my blog, and I would love to review these books on this channel or do a book talk on that. So if you want me to do that, just comment down below and I'll do it. Otherwise, you can just go to my blog and read the reviews about all of these books. Now, the 4th book that I haven't finished reading, First Thing First by Stephen R. Covey. Now this is a non-fiction book which is regarding time management. I really needed to read more about time management to just manage my time better and do more things for this channel and for a lot of other things that I want to do. So I am reading this book, and from the first chapter of this book, what I learned was the value of relationships, like how much you should value your relationships, and it was a very good learning for me. And so ever since I read it, it has been like 2-3 weeks, and I have been thinking about it and working on it, and I think if a book can make that kind of impression on you, then that book has to be good. So from that section, I can say that this book is worth reading. It's also one of the most popular time management books, so if you want to just understand how you can manage your time better and do more things, then pick up this book for sure. And last book that I have started reading and haven't finished yet in the month of September is by an Indian author. This is The Mahabharata Secret by Christopher C. Doyle. Now, this is like a mythological, historical fiction sort of book. I cannot just tell you the exact genre for this book because Indian books are not really, put in a proper genre. Like, I cannot find it out just from this book. So, the book's story is about a secret which comes from the epic Mahabharata. But the secret was discovered by Ashoka, but he buried it, and now there are people who are trying to just uncover those secrets. There is a bad side and there is a good side. Now the good side people know the secret, and they are trying to still rediscover it because the actual person who knew it, he is dead now. But the bad side knows about the secret, but they are trying to just snatch it from the good side. This is what the book is about, and so far it has been so interesting. Like, I have just not read a book in which there are so many things that happen in the first 50 pages of this book. It's like, wow, like how can you add so many twists, add so many things in just 50 pages? This is just wow. This is a must-read book if you love thrillers or fiction like these, because you will be amazed how many plot twists are there, how many things happen in so many less pages. I have heard that it slows down a bit in the end, but I think it would be worth it. So I'm really excited to read this book in the month of October. That's it. These are the 5 books that I read in September. I think it's a very big progress for me because previous months I haven't been reading a lot, but this time I finished 3 books which were like really good for me, and then 2 books also I read them a lot. So I am pretty much happy with my reading experience. Tell me, what are the books you read this month, like in the month of September, and which ones are your favorite? And a little announcement now, I'm actually ready to start a couple of new series on this channel. So one would be recommended read, and one would be best books, best crime thrillers, best historical fictions, best romance novels. Those would not be the books I have read, but I'll be curating those lists. So if you want me to have any particular video regarding these, then do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon. This is Manpreet signing off.